Hi and welcome back to the channel. The last few rather week has been really busy. I've been concentrating pretty much on my eBay, trying to list as many things as I can, but still not got this room sorted. Still loads of stock everywhere, but I've listed so much. I'll go through the sales at the end. There are some really good ones, and one big one which I'm happy about because it's nearly running out of them. But as I said, have been listing because end of the day, that's the idea of eBay, isn't it? I mean, YouTube is on the side, eBay, second time job, so to speak. And but yeah, I'll just show you guys what I've been working on. So I ended up buying a massive box of Doll's House stuff, and I think it was £5, 15 actually. No, yeah, it was £15, wasn't it? Yeah, £15 for it. And yeah, some of this has already worked. Don't know if I can show you guys. Some are wood, some are actual porcelain stuff. So stuff like this, bathroom stuff. I've seen most of them being sold for quite a chunk of money, but I've just been putting bundles together here. So that is obviously like a living room furniture set. There's even a clock tower like that. There's some Chinese style room dividers over here. I've no idea what these are, but I think they're like sides for the house. These are radiators made by Doll's House Emporium, collector's item. And then obviously we've got a table there. There's 4 chairs. And then this stuff here is already listed. So I've priced these. Let me just put the lights on. I've priced these quite cheap. They are the thinner ones, whereas this set that I'll list next has a bit more quality to it. No brand on it whatsoever. The only thing is with Doll's furniture, you're supposed to list it like the scale. I have no idea on the scale. So what I've been doing is on eBay, I've just been using a tape measure and just putting that across, and then just setting the furniture next to it, so at least whoever buys it knows, okay, what's the height, what's the length, and that way they can work themselves. Let me just show you some of the shelves. So it's a bit more full. I need to sort these out again. I haven't purchased any more extra boxes because as I've been filling stuff here, I've also been selling it. So I keep gaining space in that area. So every time I gain space, I'm obviously adding another new item into the boxes and then just listing that, selling that. There's a few parcels I need to send out today, but what I'm going to do going forward is I get paid by eBay from Tuesday to Monday night. So every Tuesday they basically pay me. Weekly payment, you can set that up on eBay how you want it. You can set the day you want it. So you could pay you every Monday or Thursday or whichever way, or pay you every 2 weeks or every month. But I'll set it up to pay me, which is a standard setting, I think. When you go onto the payments method, is set yourself a Tuesday weekly base. So I've just left it on. So going forward, what I'm going to do is, whenever I show you guys what I've sold, is I should show you from the Tuesday after being paid to the Monday following. So at the end of this video, I'll basically show you what I've sold recently. The last week, obviously today is Wednesday, so I got paid yesterday from eBay. I've already had a few sales that will add into the next week's payment. But yeah, I've got a few things that I picked up today. Nothing major. What we got? We got Zuff Creation doll. This is a bit bigger than the last one I sold. So the last one I sold was like less than £10 or something, but this is obviously a bit bigger. Seems to have nothing inside. So yes, I don't think it's one of them. Battery powered one. And then we've also got the exact same one that I sold last time. So I just picked it up again. But this time there's no scarf. The other one had scarf. But what is it with people always giving to charities dolls without any kind of clothing? I mean, I keep finding them always at a charity shop without any clothing whatsoever. So I'm hoping one of these days I'll find one with clothing. And then pick this one up. Looked very interesting, right? This reminded me of Freddy's, the game 13 or whatever. But this one is from Five Nights at Freddy's. It is actually from Five Nights at Freddy's, from sister locations, 2018. You know, I'm sure somebody would be interested in this. It's got that cute but also kind of horror feel to it. Then the next one was one of Bop It. This is the Tetris edition, quite cool. It's hard to play, but I've sold one of these before for about £10 or something all in. So, you know, for a quid, I had to pick it up. And then one bag over here. So this here is a massive Pluto, and it's still with a tag. So yeah, tag's still there. Apparently it's a pajama holder. It's got a little zip. It's got a zip on the back of it, and you're supposed to put your pajamas in when you're staying at the Disneyland Paris, you know, resort. Next one is, maybe I shouldn't have picked this up, but it's an Adidas. It's got a very vintage look to it. It's like a jacket. The only thing is, in the lighting condition in there, I didn't see it proper, but it's got a bit of staining on the top here. I don't know if I can get that out. Technically, this is not fabric. It's more of a plasticky material, isn't it? So I don't know if I can get the stain out. Could be somebody's sweat. So maybe I should hand sanitize my hands afterwards there. Next up is this Agfa. Oh, I always struggle to say this name, so I always end up saying AGFA because that makes more easier for me. So this is a 10 megapixel digital camera. Got a bit disturbed there, so here we are back. So it's an AGFA camera, digital camera, 10 megapixel, 3 times optical zoom, face tracking, smile detection, blink detection, even photo stabilizer. So that should be some good money. Digital cameras, 10 megapixel, you know, 20-30 plus at least. And but yeah, it's in there. Definitely it's in there. I'll check it in a minute. Next up is some Hot Wheels. I love Hot Wheels, so you'll see later on Matchbox and Hot Wheels. You can get quite lucky with these. Not sure about this one here, but you know, I thought it was quite cool with the teats at the front. A bit like mine's, I don't know. Then we got a small Ferrari. Sorry, the toy has a bit of hair on it. Power Rangers, possibly? I'm not entirely sure. It looks like Power Rangers, but I could be wrong. Oh no, I figured it. Let me just put this down. So what he is, he's a traffic light man. So he stands on the main road, and then he goes, you know, stop, go, blue, get ready, and then stop. Now obviously that's not what he is, but then the coolest thing I found today, I would say, is this massive Mario Kart. It's remote controlled, definitely. I've got the remote control. So I will have to test it because I've not tested it. I've not tried it out. It's made by Jax. And I do have the remote. I do have the remote. Mario Kart 8. It's definitely the right one. So that could be cool. I've seen the smaller versions. And then a Durago got a hammer. Hammer. I'm just checking always whether the door's open because that makes it more cool. But this one might be a bit damaged. So, you know, this is definitely a hammer, which I didn't check proper. But he has a special feature where the whole back comes off. So that might end up in the bin. Yeah, that's a shame. But that's a couple of things I've picked up. Over the last few days before I made a video, a fair chunk. And I'm just going to list this because, you know, it's fresh to my mind. But I know I've got a few bags here of other stuff that I do need to list. So I'll get onto that. Alright, let's go through some sales because some of them are quite exciting, right? I'll put pictures up here as I go along. So we've sold a Lego Duplo Disney Pixar Cars Lightning McQueen. If you ever see Lego Duplo and you think it's not going to sell, the specific ones like Lightning McQueen, pick them up. The cars, just the cars alone, not the actual bricks. If you find it at car boots or in the charity shop, just the cars, pick them up. I sold mine for $4.99 plus shipping. So I got altogether £8.49, obviously afterwards fees and stuff like that. Then I bought a all bookends wood carved. This was 2 ends. They were quite heavy. And I was going to use it for myself, but then in the end, decided to sell it. Didn't get much out of it. I sold it for $14.25. Shipping came to about £6. I did get, I think, £5 shipping on top of that. So I made 4 or 5 quid on it. But it's something, isn't it? Rather than, you know, you chucking away, then at least you get something out of it. And plus, you know, it's all about extra sale, feedback, and bringing people in. Sometimes you got to price things a bit lower just to get that rolling, because some you sell for smaller amount and some for higher amount, but it keeps your eBay page going. We also sold that Game Boy Advance, so that's gone. That's the one that was boxed, bought in a bundle. I took an offer for 60 quid plus £4 postage. So in the end, I think between the Game Boy Advance and the actual printer and camera kit that I sold previously for 80 quid or something like that, I've made my money back on it, and all the games that I got extra from it were basically for free. The Adidas Predator shoes, that's kid size. You know what? I'm not going to buy any more kid shoes, but if it's like £50, I'll probably, if it's in good condition, I'll pick them up. Because I sold this at £5 plus £8 plus £3.50 postage, which I'm pretty happy with, right? Money is money, end of the day. I mean, if you consider you work on an hourly rate, right? Let's say you work at £10 an hour, and you make £4, for example, or £3. That's still time worked, right? I mean, it didn't take me that long to list it. It didn't take me that long to package it. And I didn't drive to the post office. Postman came to me to collect it. So it's money. This sale, I'm really pleased about. This was a Matchbox Super King Porsche Racing Team Transporter. So it's a trailer, truck, and 2 959s. And brilliant condition. Now, when I originally picked it up from charity shop, they were not together. They were all in separate bags. But I figured, you know, the stripes on the side of the truck and the trailer were the same. So I thought, that looks like something similar. So I put them together, Google Lensed it, and then found out that the cars that were also in a bag go into that. Amazing. And I wasn't actually going to list it at $39.99, but I did. And somebody paid it, plus shipping on top of it, I think £4 postage. So in the end, it's all gone for $43.99. And, you know, I'm glad that I actually priced it a bit higher. Then we sold the Digimon pendulum. I had 3 of them, remember. I bought them at the car boot for £3 each. Loads of different not Pokemon. Nearly said Pokemon there. Loads of Digimon stuff and Tamagotchis. and I have 2 more left of this. I took an offer for £100. It is going to I'm sure it's going to United States, so that's on eBay Global Shipping. Now you'll have to bear with me. I've just lost the filter page. Next up, we saw that Panasonic DVD player. It's an LS50. Pictures up. 7-inch screen, boxed. The only thing is the actual buttons on the device didn't work, but luckily it came with a remote, and you can do everything on the remote. The crazy thing about this, the screen can be moved forward and back. And what I would say is, if you find a DVD player, right, a portable DVD player that even has a battery add-on, and it's cheap, grab it. Right, on average, I'm seeing DVD players being sold for like 30-40 quid. The really good ones you can get 50 quid. People are buying them again just to be able to watch DVDs on the move, on their holiday, caravan holiday, or in general, because most people don't have DVD players anymore. It's all streaming services, and when it comes to the point when all of a sudden you can't find a movie on streaming services, but it is available for like a quid or 50p or 20p at charity shop, they'll invest their money into this. So DVD player, something to pick up. Next up, Disney Pixar's this is a 9.5-inch Toy Story Talking Woody action figure, made by Mattel. That's gone for $40.99 all in. Not the greatest, but it didn't cost me that much. Then we have Dr. Martens 1461's black leather shoes, UK size 8. I priced it at 30. It sold quite quickly, and also got £4.50 postage. I should have gone higher, but I priced it lower because it had marks on the side. It needed some care. It needed a good polish, and to be honest, I just wanted to move it. I mean, I didn't want to spend my time cleaning it because, at the end of the day, I've made money on it. So, vintage rare 1998 Comedy Central South Park Eric Cartman soft plush toy. If anybody remembers South Park, I mean, I'm sure we all remember South Park, but this one sold for £10 plus £3.50 postage, and I believe it's gone to Canada over the global shipping program. So I've got another South Park figure at somewhere that I have listed. Next up, a Creative Chatmax HS720 laptop, USB basically plug and play headset with mic, made by Creative. £15 plus £3.50 postage. This was unused. It wasn't used, but the box was open. But yeah, new stuff. If you find new stuff, right, and it's at reasonable prices, try and buy it, because people always love new stuff, especially if you can't buy it anymore, and you can price it quite cheap. You'll get it cheap, so you can make your money on it. Next up, Fujifilm DL1000 Zoom 35mm camera. This is tested and working. £18 all in. Not the greatest camera. Some of the cameras can go for crazy money, like Canon A1s and the other ones. I have one here that I still need to list. But I'm being a bit lazy to list it. It's quite a good camera. It's got a 50mm 1.7 aperture lens on it, which is quite great for portraits and street photography. So that's something I need to list. It even has a little LCD screen on there. I just need to find the right battery on it, and then I'll be able to sort that out. But it came with the bag and another lens on it. Then next up is an Ariston Acoustic MSX 0.4 micro monitors. Now this one I did a bit of a cock up, so I researched into it. Turns out the buyer paid $18.99 plus the postage, £3.50 or £4, and then obviously messaged me saying, why does the listing say, in the detailed description, a cylindric, and it looks different on the picture. But apparently that's what he wanted. Now, what I realized is that my research was just poor. I mean, I blame myself. It was poor. I should have looked into it proper. Turns out that somebody has obviously switched to speakers out and returned it or whatever, and I've ended up selling to a person a box That's clearly not the speakers as advertised on the outside, but luckily the buyer says, you know, the speakers that's on the photo is what he wants, not the ones that are labeled on the box, which is perfect for me. And I've told him if he has any issues to contact me and I'll sort it out. I mean, fixing, or rather keeping your customers happy is always great. I buy these quite cheap, so I can afford to make sure that my customers happy with what they've purchased and it's what they wanted. And if it doesn't work, I'm always here to resolve it. The last item for last week's, what I got paid yesterday, was a bunch of Fortnite Agent Peely action figure, a 6-inch figure plus 6 others. I put it for £16.50 plus £3.50 postage, and I think I should have gone a bit higher because that Agent Peely alone, you'll see some pictures on there. Agent Peely alone goes for about £11 to £12, and I completely mispriced it because the skeleton figure that you'll see on there is definitely worth about £10 to £15, right? So I should have gone 25 or 30 quid and then put it as offer so you can take an offer on it. But I'm pretty happy with it because I was able to move 14 items last week at a total sale value of 470 quid. And if you imagine £3.50 postage on most of them, you're looking at £400 into the account. So pretty happy with it. I think I got paid in the end £380 or something altogether for last week, and that kind of payment is fine because I get these stuff for like £1, £2 to £3. I'm not paying more than that on most of the stuff that I get, so profit wise is good. Then obviously I can start investing on bigger things. So I'm looking at buying people's whole collection of games and stuff like that at some point. So it's all about building that account balance to be able to do that, because once you start going bigger, you can start buying bigger stuff, and I can't do that at the moment because I spent it all on making sure that this room was kitted out with the shelves and stuff like that I needed. So it's a slow building progress, but that's that. Right, I'm going to leave you guys here. I've got to get some parcels done. I've got 4 sales already from Tuesday to today. That's obviously Tuesday evening, so that'll add into the next week's money. And I'm going to get them packing and send them all off tomorrow morning, and then start listing the rest of the stuff. Thank you for watching, and thank you for all the new subscribers that have joined me over the last few days. If you want to continue watching, make sure to subscribe, like, comment, ask me any questions if you want. I am a limited company registered eBay reseller, so if you have any questions, I'll try and answer them. Otherwise I can always try and find the answers for you. But in the meantime, stay safe. See you all on the next one.